Just a few days ago, OpenAI released an extraordinary update to their image generation, their AI model. And in this video, I'm going to share how accounting firm owners can use this in some extraordinary ways. So get ready to take some notes. Wow, this is some incredible stuff. So just a few days ago, as I'm recording this on the 25th of March 2025, OpenAI released a completely new model for AI image generation. So up until then, they were using DALL-E. And as you probably know, DALL-E is often ranked near the bottom of all of the various tests on image generation. Midjourney is one of the best, but DALL-E 3 was pretty low down. And the reason why people, I think, use it is simply because the one good thing about DALL-E 3 is that it's embedded in the tool we use all the time. It's embedded in ChatGPT. But anyway, they've changed it, and they brought out this new model. And I'm going to share with you some ways that you can use it. But let's first start with the bad news, because it's not perfect. There are some things that are frustrating, but bear in mind that it was only released a few days ago. It will get better over time and probably fairly rapidly. So the first of the negatives is it is quite slow to generate images. And when I say slow, slow by some of the standards we expect today with the speed of responses that we get with ChatGPT. So it is slower, but it's not that slow. It's probably a minute or so to generate the image. Another issue is if you are used to other tools like Midjourney, for example, one of the frustrations is it creates one image at a time. Midjourney, if you use that, it will create 4 images and then you can select which of the 4 that you want to use. It's also, at the moment, as I'm recording this, only available within GPT-4o, but I'm sure it'll get rolled out in other models. But the good news is they said that they are rolling it out to not just the Teams and the Plus account, but also the free account. So if you're on the free ChatGPT account, you can use this. And if you are a big fan of DALL-E 3, this has replaced it. It's a completely different model. It's an auto-regressive model, which is different to the usual diffusion models. But if you are a fan of DALL-E 3 and you're thinking, oh, that's a shame, they've got rid of DALL-E 3, well, you can still use it via the GPT. There is a GPT inside ChatGPT for DALL-E 3 image generation. So it's there if you still want it, just bear in mind it's in the GPT. Okay, so let's get that's got the negative stuff out of the way. Now let's look at some of the strengths, what it's good for. So the first thing, and for me probably the favorite thing, is it's embedded and integrated into GPT-4o, which I use pretty much every single day, which means that unlike Midjourney where I have to log into something else, a different tool, it's there for immediate access. So it's the convenience. Another great thing is that it's conversational. It's just like we used to with ChatGPT, and that is that we can have conversations to refine our images, which is really cool. They've improved and enhanced the photorealism, and so some of the image quality, and I'm going to show you lots of examples very soon, some of the image quality, that particularly if you want photorealistic images, is really good, and there's a larger style diversity, so all sorts of really cool things that we can do with this. There's also consistent character rendering, so that's really useful if you've got a particular type of image that you want to use, like a logo, your face, for example, and I'll show some examples. Another big thing, and this is probably the biggest thing I think, is that one of the criticisms of all image generation models, AI image generation, including DALL-E 3, is it's never been very good at text, full of spelling mistakes, and so it's very difficult. And whilst not perfect, this is a major leap forward with text, and you'll see very, very soon. It's also great if you upload reference images within your prompt. Because it's part of GPT 4.0, you've got access to all the modalities, which opens up all sorts of possibilities. You can upload other files, other images, and use as references. And of course, we can further enhance images. So similar to what we had in DALL-E 3, once you have an image, you can click on it and you have the option it'll pull up a little prompt underneath when you click on the image, where it'll ask if you want to change it in any way, change the color, for example. And there's also a area selector, which means when you click on that icon, you can then highlight an area of the image if you just want to change one thing, and that can be really useful. So with all that said, let's get practical. Let's look at some of the things that we can do with this extraordinary tool. I've spent the last few days immersed in it. I've been using it for all sorts of things, as you will see. So one of the things that I did I've recently I live in Portugal, and we were looking for a personal assistant to help us with everyday household tasks living in Portugal. And so I crafted, with a lot of help from ChatGPT, in fact, ChatGPT did 99% of the work. I crafted an advert to go into a Facebook post. I'm in a group of expats. There are lots of people in the Facebook group. And so I created that. And then what I did in the conversation, I then said, as you can see on the screen, give me a relevant image to accompany the Facebook post, make it photorealistic. And where you see the blue text that says create image, that's because you can click on the various tools within 4.0 and you can select image creation, just to make it clear that's what you want to do. And this is what it created straight away. Within less than 60 seconds, it created this. And look at the thing I want to point out is, yes, of course, it's very photorealistic. It's very difficult to see that this is AI generated. It looks like a real person, and I love the fact that the background's nicely blurred like you would expect from a photograph. But here's the main thing. Look at the text. That's just amazing, I think. It's a complete step up. There are no spelling mistakes. I think that's extraordinary. And in case you're interested, when I attached that to the Facebook post, I've had a ton of responses because that clearly stood out in the Facebook group. So there's a first use case for you, is if you are doing social media posts, this is a great tool to use, particularly because we can include text. And that might be great for, let's say you have a Facebook group, and perhaps on Monday you want to post a Monday motivational quote. Well, you can now create an image with the quote on it, which I think is amazing. Okay, another thing that I found fascinating is I am in the process right now of working with some developers to create some new software, that I'll be releasing to my community in the next month or so. And at the moment, I've got a draft copy of the software, and I decided to see what ChatGPT could do in terms of being a graphic designer. So I dragged in a screenshot of a part of the software. It's the dashboard. I don't think it looks great. It's okay, it's functional, but it's not got the corporate colors and so on. It's just the starting point of the software. Anyway, I dragged that in, and I then selected the create image box, and I said, I have attached a dashboard from software I am creating. You are both a UX designer, user experience, and graphic designer. I want you to create a new design for the dashboard, keep the general layout similar, just improve the design, also use our brand colors and other complementary colors. Here are our brand colors. And here's another thing that I'm finding great about this. It recognizes those color codes and replicates them pretty accurately. I found in the past that when I've done images in DALL-E and given it brand colors, it's never quite right. Anyway, what it then created for me was this, which whilst not perfect yet, I think it's a huge step up on the initial design of the software. And of course, I've now sent this to the developers and they found this really useful for helping come up with a slightly different look and feel to the software. It may not end up looking like this when it comes out. We may still change a few things, but this is from a single prompt. I mean, imagine normally you'd work with a graphic designer. You might go backwards and forwards over the course of several hours, days or weeks with throwing ideas backwards and forwards. Now you can create something like designing software really, really quickly. Okay, so that might not be relevant to the owner of an accounting firm, but taking this idea, one of the things that I've used it for is you could use it for creating slide presentations. So I asked it to create me a slide theme, and it created this at first. I didn't like it that much. I thought it was okay as a title slide. So I said to it, a little simple prompt. I said, I wanted to have it a dark background like dark mode. And I really like that. I think that's pretty good for a title slide for a presentation. So think about how you could use it to design your slides, either the background of a slide presentation, or you could use it to, once you've done the slide deck, you could use it to create suitable images that fit with the theme of the slide. So I've been doing that, and it's really, really useful. Another thing that kind of related to that you could use it for is you could use it for creating thumbnail images, for example. Something I did just the other day is, as you can see, I have below, you can see there's a background to my video, and guess what? That was done in just a few prompts with this new image generation tool. It's not perfect. I want to tweak a few things. The logo in the bottom left is a little bit blurry. I can work on that. I can easily just overlay the logo itself. But I did this in just a few minutes. And so I asked it to come up with some different ideas. It came up with the one on the left with, I wanted an AI theme, and you can see it's got those kind of yellow lines going to nodes and some light blue lines, and on the other side it created an image, and I asked it to put a logo in the middle of the head, and then I just took these two, put them into a PowerPoint presentation, and merged them and created what you can perhaps see underneath behind this video. So that was pretty cool. Okay, what else could you do? Well, it's fairly good at replicating people. Okay, it's not perfect, as you'll see, but it's pretty good. So this is a photo of me. You can perhaps recognize me. And I said, I have attached a photo of me, make a new photo of me, but wearing a dark blue t-shirt with the words AI Academy Founder. Now, it didn't do it quite how I wanted the first time. And one of the great things about it being inside ChatGPT is if you don't get the result you want, then you can just do a follow-up post, which I then did. And I said, replace my jacket with a dark blue t-shirt containing the logo of the Value Pricing Academy. Now, it didn't do a perfect job. There's a couple of things that aren't great, but it's still pretty impressive if you look here. So it's not quite me. It's not me. It's kind of close, it's not quite, and I have found that when I've been having some fun with it over the last couple of days, I've taken from my photo collection various members of my family. Some people it recreates really convincingly. For some reason, my face must be really weird. There's something strange about my face that AI doesn't seem to be able to replicate it. But anyway, there you go. And the other thing was, it obviously does not know what the Value Pricing Academy logo is, and so it's the completely wrong logo. But nevertheless, that's easily fixed, as I then found out in subsequent prompts, because all you need to do is, because it uses ChatGPT and the full multimodal, all you would need to do, if you want your logo to appear in the image, just attach it, just drag it onto the prompt that you make or upload it as a file and build into your prompt and just say that you've uploaded a copy of your logo and you want it to appear, and then just specify where you want it to appear, and then it will do it really, really well. Okay, I have one more really interesting use case for you that I particularly love. I think you will as well. Before I do that, before I show you the last use case, one other thing I want to tell you about. if you want to learn more about AI, if you want to keep abreast of what's happening in the world, then I have created recently a community called ChatGPT for accountants and bookkeepers. And at the moment, I'm inviting you to join it. It's a free community. We may, for future people, have a membership fee, but right now it's free. It's a thriving community where you can go and see in the community any posts that I make, the latest news, the latest updates. You can also ask questions in there. It's a great community. People are already engaging with it. There was a post I did the other day where I shared this new feature, and other people have been creating images and uploading them of themselves in strange situations. So you might want to go and check that out, and perhaps even upload an image yourself. So I'll put the link below, as well as the chat. Another part of the community that we have is some training videos. So if you want to have some more ideas on how to use ChatGPT, some use cases, I've got some videos in the community, some other great training in there. So if you want to learn more about ChatGPT, and particularly how to use it in your accounting firm, then this is a great community. It's free. Just find the link below, or if you have your smartphone, you can obviously hold your camera up to the QR code. Now, if you want to go deeper still, I do have a second community called the AI Academy, and it's on the same platform, but it's a tiny monthly subscription. So if you want to take things to another level still, then the AI Academy is where you get access to me and other forward-thinking people, and many, many more courses. There is lots of video training in the AI Academy, and more to come. I teach you, for example, prompt engineering, advanced use cases for accounting firms, and so much more stuff. So which one you decide to join is entirely up to you. I certainly recommend join while it's free, the free one, and then at any time when it works for you, you can always upgrade and join the AI Academy. Just bear in mind that right now it's a really tiny monthly investment. We will be putting up the monthly investment soon, but one of the things about the Academy that people love with all our academies is the price when you join is the lowest it will ever be. You lock in the price. So go and check it out. It's a really low price, and if you join, then even when we put the price up, it won't affect you. You lock that in. Okay, there's two ways that we can help you keep abreast and keep at the leading edge of AI, ChatGPT, for the accounting profession. Right, I have one more use case for you that I want to share with you, which I think is really cool. So what about if you have created, let's say, an ebook, and you want to do some social posts, and you want some 3D looking images of your ebook, which always look really cool when you have them on your landing pages, on your website, on your social posts, when you're promoting a report that you've created, like an ebook or so on. Well, you can do a pretty good job with this. So let me show you the prompt that I did. I said, I have attached a 3D product shot. That's the one on the left, the image. That was basically a benchmarking report I did for the accounting profession back in 2014, and my designer at the time created that 3D product shot. So I just grabbed that because I like it. It looks really good. And so I say I have attached a 3D product shot. I mean, it could be any 3D product shot. It doesn't have to be something of yours. You could get an image from many different places. And then it says, and I've also attached the front cover of my report on pricing and security, which, by the way, is a 35-page report where I go into detail on why accounting firms must be really careful with AI, with ChatGPT, when it comes to privacy, security, and most important, client confidentiality. So that report is for members of the AI Academy. You can get that if you join the Academy, along with training on how to make sure you stay compliant. Anyway, I gave it the front cover, and I said I attach a 3D product shot and the front cover of my report on privacy and security. I want you to turn the front cover of my report into a 3D product shot. Let's see what it created. This is the 3D image. It's perhaps not perfect, but considering it took me about 30 to 45 seconds to do that, and I think the key thing there is look at the text. I don't think there's any spelling mistakes. I haven't seen the really small text, but the words are correct. It's pretty much replicated the front cover perfectly. It might be no, I can't even see many differences. It looks like it's done it perfectly. So I can obviously now use that as a 3D product shot when I'm promoting a 35-page privacy and security guide for accountants using AI and LLMs. So why don't you, if you've written ebooks, reports, whatever, use a prompt like that so that you can create amazing images to share on your social profiles, your websites, your landing pages, and so on. Okay, I hope that you've found that interesting. I would love to know, put in the comments please, which of those use cases do you think is the most useful, or perhaps you've got another use case that you've been using this new facility for. What is your favorite use case for your accounting firm for AI image generation? Put it in the comments, I'd love to know. And also, if you found this valuable, please give it the thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you on another video sometime soon. Bye for now.